Like, yeah, you know, Switch 2 was revealed yesterday. There is not a lot of information in this trailer. There is a lot to glean from it. So, chat, we're just going to dive right in. We're going to take a look. I'm going to offer some speculations. I'm going to try to point things out as they pop up on screen, so I'll be pausing and talking over it a lot because I've seen this before. You're doing fine, just a little tired? Hey, I mean, as long as you're doing fine, I'm a little tired as well, but we're going to have a fun night. So yeah, I am going to be pausing and talking over the video. I've seen it. So if you're just looking to straight up watch the video, like watch the reveal, you'll have to do that at a different time. 1 out of 10 for Switch 2, TBH. Why? You know, I'm about to change your mind. A lot of this is speculation. A lot of this I've seen in other videos of people talking about it. So I'm going to just be reiterating a lot of that, and then this is going to go on YouTube so that hopefully I can be right. Okay. Alright, lock in chat. I gotta add the window, I forgot. Window capture. It anti-good looking, to be honest. And oh yeah, I know it, to be honest. Okay. Chat, I gotta make it way smaller. What do you mean it looks anti-good? It's just a better Switch. Alright. Okay. Lock in chat. Okay, here we go. Let me know if volume's too loud or too quiet. It's just music in the background. There's no talking or anything. So. Okay, so it starts on the regular Switch, as we know. And it splits off so it can become bigger. First of all, is this bigger than the OLED? Like, I feel like if it is bigger, you know, like, it might only be like an inch bigger, which it's still good. I'm happy that it's bigger, but it's just, I don't know how much bigger it's gonna be. But anyways, yes, let's watch the Joy-Cons transform, and let's watch the Switch 2, or the OG Switch shed its skin. Okay. We got stuff down there. Volume buttons. Okay, I have not heard anyone else talk about this. Wait, hold on. What is chat saying? It's bigger overall, maybe by like 50%. Yes, top charger, that's what I was gonna say. At first I was like, is this to add something? But yeah, it's probably just so that you can charge the Switch while you're playing in tabletop mode, because I know that was a complaint. So now they have it on the bottom for the dock, but then also on top for just charging convenience. Not big enough for you, Ferris wheel. Chat, I am not shaped like a Ferris wheel. Link cable? That would be devious. I think people would actually be so upset if it was just like a link cable, like the Game Boy had. That's not what I meant. I meant like to link accessories or something. But yeah, let's continue. Has a headphone jack. This kickstand is really weird. It seems like it's gonna be a lot more flimsy, but I think it might actually be a lot stronger. And it lays all the way down. I don't know why you'd need that, but cool, I guess. Okay. Part of it is because they haven't added the thingies on top yet. But this side, I feel like it looks so rigid. Like, these corners almost look sharp. Like, it's not as rounded and smooth as it should be. But let's wait until it adds the accents and the things on it. Maybe it'll look better. Bro, it looks like... Okay. Yeah. Okay, wait. Oh, go back. This. Okay, you can't tell. Most people are saying this thing right here is like a laser sensor. So people are thinking that the Joy-Cons are gonna like have mouse functionalities like a computer mouse. That's what mouse sensor. That's what everyone's saying. I think it would be cool. I think it's kind of niche though. Like without a keyboard, what good is a mouse gonna do? I mean, it could just be for like home menu navigation and specific things, but it's a weird addition, so I'd have to wait and see what more they did with it, because I just feel like without a keyboard And maybe they'll add, like, you can plug in a keyboard to it. But, it's still just, yeah, niche games probably. Like, you can play point and click, but it's weird. Like, I don't understand why you would need that without a keyboard. But maybe they'll show off more, and then we'll find out. Here, we've got the spot. You'll see, as it shows us on the other Switch, this is the spot where the Joy-Cons connect, because they don't slide anymore. They just, like, snap onto the side. I don't know. I'm pretty sure people have shown videos where there's the button on the back where it's the same where you just pull it off now. Because for a little bit there, people were thinking that the Joy-Cons were going to be magnetic, which it could still be, but being that there's the release button on there and it has like the thing that goes in, I feel like it might just be like a snap-on, unless it's just like releasing strong magnets, but I don't know. Hey, go back like -3 seconds. Okay, hold on, I gotta rewind. Okay, whatever, I landed on the same frame. So here, this is the button that everyone's talking about. In the leak models, this was the C button. So far in the entirety of this trailer, it's just a blank button. It doesn't have anything on there. But that is the main thing. People think it's going to be like a main gimmick, so everyone's wondering what it's going to do. Yeah, the main idea that people thought is that it's a connect button, so you'll just be able to press it and it'll connect to the TV, which I think would be cool, because then it's like the Wii U, so it's easier for Wii U games, because then if it does still allow that display on the screen at the same time, you could possibly be working with 2 screens at once, even if it's just to play like your DS games, 3DS games, Wii U games that are just like ports or Switch Online. It's probably not going to fit your Ferris wheel finger. I am not shaped like a Ferris wheel. But yes, that's the leading idea. I really have no other ideas what it could be. Maybe it's like a Street Pass type thing, and they're going to use it for you to connect with other players. It could not be it could be just not a connect button at all. It could be an extra screenshot button. But yeah, we'll probably find out in the next presentation. I think that's what everyone was looking forward to knowing about what this was going to do. They were looking to see what the gimmick was, but, you know, we didn't get that in this one. Queso version 2 chat, real. And they show us that the buttons do in fact click, and the sticks do in fact move. I'm hoping when they're showing off the sticks specifically that they're trying to show that they're fixing Joy-Con drift. I feel like that might be what they're subtly hinting at, but I'm not sure. Okay, other than the laser sensor, this is why people are thinking about the mouse functionality. Because they're having them slide across like how you slide a mouse, like I'm doing right now. So that's why they're thinking. And also, no one's talking about this. Where did these come from? Like, are the strap things, are they built in to the actual Joy-Con now? Like, how did those attach on there? Those weren't on there before. So, that's what I was thinking. It's like they're on here. I don't understand how they're attached. Do they... The little adapters? They pop off. Oh, they pop off at the end. Okay. And because, like, I knew it's not the whole thing. Being that the shoulder comes out more, I'm hoping that it'll be a little bit easier when you're playing with a single Joy-Con to press the L and R buttons. They could have made those a little bit bigger. Ferris wheel wouldn't hold the remotes. Yeah, like the bumpers. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But, like, that's what I'm hoping it's like. I was hoping those buttons will be easier to press. I feel like they should have just done that in the base model. Had them, like, pop out more like they do on the bumpers now. That would have been a welcome improvement. But we'll see what we're working with once I get my hands on it. Yeah, I don't think there's anything much else to say about that frame. Wait. What's that? Is that a new button? Oh, okay, yeah. So here we can get a good look. This is the release button to release it from the system, like the little tiny ones on the Switch now. So here, I should probably just grab my Switch so I can use it as a reference. Like this right here, it's the same as this. That's the wrong one. This little circle button that you hold it in, and then it slides the Joy-Con off. But it's gonna, obviously, you press it, and then you pull it off like that. That's what we're looking at there. The Z, R, and R buttons. Well, and ZL and ZR. And L and R, sorry. They appear to be a lot bigger. I'm hoping that the triggers are less less clicky and more like you can push them down, like on the PS5 controller. Like on the Switch. Here, let me grab this again. On the Switch, it's kind of just like you press them, and then they go down to like a tiny bit, but they're more or less just buttons you press. I'm hoping that these ones, and they look like it, they look a little more like PS5 triggers, where it's like you push them and they actually go down for a while. It's just more satisfying, more comfortable. And then those buttons are a little bit chunkier on top, I think. So that's looking good. But, you know, other than that, they look about the same as the Joy-Cons that we have now. So let's see where they're going with it, though. Yep, okay, so here it's showing that's where they're going to attach. Still got that button there. So this is what it looks like. The coloration, I'm not sure how I feel about it. It's very dark. I mean, I think it is kind of a cool idea, even just to differentiate it from the Switch, to have the base model be like mostly black just with the colored accents. I'm wondering if that's what they're going to do for all of the Joy-Con colorations, just make them black, but like just have like different colored accents. Or this could be a situation like the original Switch launch where one of the models just had gray Joy-Cons and the other one will have colored. So we'll just see how it works. Looks like a larger screen. Yeah, definitely. Like, I know it definitely is larger. I didn't know if it was bigger than the OLED, but looking at it now, probably. And even compared to the Switch, which this is what they did with the OLED itself, is that they, just to make the screen even bigger, they just reduce some of the outline on it so that it just fills up more of this square. Because if you can see that the edge of the screen is here on my Switch, this is a base model Switch, versus up here it's much thinner, so that's just allowing for like more screen usage. Just taking a look, all the other buttons and sticks look pretty much the same. Those basic face buttons look like they might be a little chunkier, a little more push downy, like less clicky, if that makes sense. Like a little more like the PlayStation 5 controller again. But really, I don't know. Home button looks about the same. Screenshot button is about the same. Joy-Cons, really, like, they look the same. They even have the little lines for the cardinal directions. Yeah. I mean, that's about it for that part. Yeah, and then they revealed it. I did not... Yeah, new button under... Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier when it panned over on the right Joy-Con. Is that's the new button. That's what people think the C button is. Because in the leaked models, it was like circular, or maybe it was square, but it had a C on it. And at least for this trailer, it appears to be plain. But that could just be to, like, hide it and not reveal it. I was honestly a little surprised that they actually named it the Switch 2. Like, that seems a little forefront. I just thought it'd be some sort of unique name instead of just Switch 2. And it's kind of crazy because they're using the same Switch picture and even the same logo. They're just adding the 2 here. I mean, it looks fine. It's just weird. So they're really just saying that, yeah, this is just the Switch, but again, and better. Which, in my mind, I was worried that we would have a Wii U situation where it's not clear enough that it's something new and people won't buy it. But then I realized, or like, if it's just the same thing again, why would people buy it? But then I realized that's like what PlayStation and Xbox do. It's the same thing but more powerful, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's just something to think about. Okay, let's continue. Okay, we gotta look at the back. Okay, here's where things get interesting. I'm gonna rewind this just a tad. Okay, this isn't the best picture, but you see these little lines here. They're showing where the cars start at. You'll notice on this track, first of all, brand new track, it must be Mario and Luigi Circuit. That's what it says under here. It's an interesting environment. I wasn't expecting just like a desert, barren land. Kind of interesting though. Yes, Mario Kart. Yeah, there's 24 positions, which many people are thinking that this will mean that they are upping the racer count from 12 to 24. Which I think actually makes sense because part of the big marketing of Super Mario Party Jamboree was that they had, instead of just 4 players, they also had an 8-player mode. So they could be doing the same thing for Mario Kart. And then that it just increases like the amount of people that can play online together and stuff. So yeah, that's what we're focusing on here. They've got some gas stations and stuff. I'm not sure what this is. This just looks like background stuff. We got some toads down there. But now we need to take a look at the characters. Okay, first of all, new graphic style. A lot of people are saying that it's more fitting with the retro sort of look. Like here, I can pull it up right now. Like the Mario Kart 64 box art. The Mario design does look similar to that. Okay, hold on, it's loading. Load computer. Okay. Yeah, because he's got that chunkier sort of design. In, you know, a charming way. So it does look pretty similar to that, but something else I noticed, especially when you look at Luigi, is that it almost looks more like their Mario Wonder designs. Where it's like everyone kind of just assumed that that was the art style for that game, but that could just be the new art style going forward for a while, which I think could be interesting. I mean, giving this unique art style and these new cars, it does help give it its own identity to separate it, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing, I just think it's interesting. But yeah, DK looks weird. Yeah, that's the other thing, major thing. Are we going to get a shot of DK that I can pause on? Oh, there he is. Okay. You can't see him very well. This is Donkey Kong back here. If you look very closely, if you zoom in, you might notice he looks a tad strange. Oh, there is Pauline in the back here too, and then King Boo over there, just for a few confirmed characters. Then we got Peach and Daisy and Bowser, of course. This is another one. Enhance. Oh, you mean like the graphical quality? Here, let's do 1080p 60. Hope my computer doesn't burn. Okay, I think that helped. So yeah, back here, I don't know if I can zoom in on it. Okay, yeah, I don't know what that was supposed to be doing. But sorry, chat, I had to sneeze. This is another one where people are saying he has more, or whoops, I did not mean to alt tab. He has more of that classic sort of DK look. But in my opinion, oh, bless you, thank you. Hey, I didn't say unpause. Okay, but anyways, classic DK art. Okay, I'm trying to. Okay, I'm not finding a good picture. This is like fan art. Here, what if I just type in classic Donkey Kong? Okay, here. Yeah, so he looks a lot more like this. It's mostly the eye thing, and then he's a bit chunkier. He has just a lot more brown fur. But I do agree with what Fugai is saying in chat. It definitely does look more like Donkey Kong from the Mario movie. It honestly, like, this is an exact image, I feel like. It looks just like him. A lot of people are upset about this. I'm not really sure how I feel about this. Looking at it now, I do kind of like this movie design. He's kind of cute. He's pretty funny looking. Like, it just makes him look like he'd give you a big hug. So I don't really know. I'd have to, like, have it for a long time before I decide if I like it, like, better or worse. But I think it's okay for now. I don't know if this is like the Donkey Kong design we're gonna see going forward, or if this is just like a design choice for one. I'm losing my train of thought. One game. So we'll see how that works out. I'm sure if there's like noticeable backlash, they might change it. But personally, I think I'm okay with it as of right now, but that could change. Okay. And then, okay, here's another thing. This is Mario Kart related. There's a thing down there. It looks sort of like an item. It might be like a track unique thing. But everyone's been trying to figure out what that is. Something that I didn't think about. It does look pretty technological. It has like a smiley face on it. But if you really look at it, there's not much green on there. But some people think it might be a Wonder Seed, which would be an interesting dynamic. And they, like, I saw a mock-up where it's like Flower Cup, but instead of the fire flower, it's like a talking flower from Mario Wonder. So I think that's an interesting theory, but I don't have any idea what that is. I don't think that's an item box, because the item box in Mario Kart, they're rainbow. They're not just like a, I'm sorry. I'm trying to formulate sentences, but I'm also deep in thought. They're not just the classic yellow. Other than that, this is a huge track. Can we talk about that? This is huge. Like, it's enormous. It's a basic road. You're like driving on the highway right now, but like it goes on for a long time. It looks like there's a track that goes that way. It looks like you might be able to do some spinnies. So we could be seeing maybe a noticeable increase in length for the tracks, or just like length, or just like how big they are. Multi-partner or multi-parter perhaps. Yeah, that could be. That could be, yeah, it could be like a Rainbow Road type thing. That's a good point, where it's just like you don't go around the whole thing multiple times. It just, once you reach a certain point, it calls it a new lap. That would be interesting. It's fun dynamic. We got some really tiny cars, like on this side. Like, why is that car so small? Like, how much space? You could fit like at least one other car of the same size in this lane, but then that semi-truck is like normal sized. And the Mario Kart cars are very small, but that's probably just design details. And then something I didn't notice until I looked at the... Oh, okay, go back. Never mind. I didn't notice until I looked at the official picture when they like put it on the YouTube community tab. I was like looking at the mold for it, and I was like, how are you gonna get these Joy-Cons in? I didn't realize on this part now. Like, on the regular Switch end, it's just like any controller. You've just got the roundish, and you just sit there and you hold it. These ones, so that you can push the Joy-Cons in, they're flat on the top. I don't know if that's gonna, like, super affect how comfortable it is to hold. It might just, the ridge, during long play sessions might hurt your hand. But, it might just be, like, just the same. But yeah, so you put it like that. And then we do see a dock in this reveal, which would be against the idea that this mysterious new button is for connecting to the TV. Unless it's like an optional thing, but that would be really weird. So that mysterious button could do anything. And then, yeah, nothing new really about the dock that we see, other than it's a new rounded design. It says Switch 2 instead, and it's probably bigger to fit the screen. Hopefully they do something so it doesn't scratch up your screen as much. Like, holy cow. Okay. Yeah, I think that's all we can get from this one. I haven't looked too closely at the Mario Kart, but most of the key info I've already seen, like, in other videos. 2025, thanks. I think we all knew it was coming this year. This is just saying that it will be backwards compatible. This wasn't a surprise to me because, like, it was very strongly rumored that it would be backwards compatible. And, like, if it's a Switch 2, that just makes sense. Like, the Wii U plays Wii games, the 3DS plays DS games. I just feel like it makes sense. The PS5 plays PS4 games. The OG dock is why I have a third-party one. Yeah, I mean, it's bad. It scratches up your screen. But yes, it will play both physical and digital Nintendo Switch games. Now, the part I'm curious about, are they just saying that you can buy, like, Switch games digitally on the eShop, like how you can buy PS4 games on the PlayStation Store on PS5? Or are they saying that you will be able to like transfer your digital games over to the Switch 2? I'm hoping it's both because I don't want to leave all of my digital games behind, but I don't know for sure. And then we do get a pretty good size comparison here. And this is definitely noticeably bigger than the standard Switch. And then it's just like the OLED. It's not like they're adding anything to the image, I don't think. They're just blowing it up, making it bigger. Details will be shared on the Nintendo website at a later date. Certain Nintendo Switch games may not be supported or fully compatible with the Nintendo Switch 2. What does that mean? Like, what does that mean? What games would not be compatible? I'm trying to think. I don't think there's anything about it that would make it so it could only be played on a standard Switch and not the Switch 2. So, like, chat, does anyone know? The lack of an IR sensor? Oh, maybe. There's got to be an IR sensor on there. Why would they take that off in the new model? So, but you could be right, and if that's the case, then there will be certain games. It wouldn't be anything major. Hopefully, it would still... Oh, certain games. Something I didn't think about. Pretty useless, to be honest. But yeah, it feels weird that they would take that off. Rai, welcome to the stream. How you doing? We're yapping about Switch 2. But yeah, I don't know why they would take that off. And then, now that you say that, though, because I was going to say, well, that's not a big deal. That just means that, like, it's stuff like... I know there's a random, like, laser system where you can set it up and the IR sensor will be, like, a laser that sets off an alarm. Random eShop stuff. But the major one that I was thinking about is, like, oh, then you can't check your pulse after a level in Ring Fit Adventure. And then I realized, oh, you can't play Ring Fit Adventure. I'm guessing now that there will be a sequel, because at first I thought you would be able to, but the new Joy-Con won't go in. It's because it has to slide on. It can't press in. So they'd have to either make a new Ring model, and then maybe if they do that, I'm guessing they would do that if they made like a sequel to Ring Fit Adventure, which I think they probably will. That's one of the best-selling Switch games. I think they would probably do it with that, and then after they did that, maybe they would be like, hey, you can play the original Ring Fit Adventure on Switch 2 now with the new ring and everything. So that could be a thing. Games and systems sold separately. I mean, they have to put that on there, but I was expecting that. So yeah, maybe like Ring Fit Adventure wouldn't work. Okay, then we get to this screen. I was like, are they going to show a release date? Because they just showed 2025 before. When it first went to this screen, I thought that they were saying that it was coming on April 2nd this year. I thought they were saying the Switch 2 was launching on April 2nd this year. No, we are not getting more information until April 2nd. We have to wait like 2.5 months. Now, this makes me very sad. This is soul crushing because it's like I don't want to wait super long to play this. But my theory is that they revealed the Switch 2 earlier than they anticipated just because of the leaks and all the rumors going around and stuff. So they were like, fine, we'll just put this out now. But clearly they were not ready to fully reveal it yet. A small price to pay. Yeah, I guess I think I'd rather have it this way where I know about it and I just have to wait instead of like not knowing about it and they just revealed it in April. But just the fact that they didn't really show much, they didn't show us the functionality of the C button. They didn't confirm if it had mouse functionality. Like, they should have put more of that in the first look. Because if you go back and look at the first look at Nintendo Switch, it shows you everything. It shows you that you use cartridges to play. It shows you the different modes. There's TV mode. There's handheld mode. There's tabletop mode. It shows you how one Joy-Con can work as its own remote. It shows you the Pro Controller. And it shows like all the different stuff. It shows all the basic features. And, well, all of those features are clearly shown, and it's the Switch 2, so everyone was anticipating it to work the same way. And they show it with the dock. It's just, like, they didn't show us the main new thing, the C button, as I will continue to call it. Which, maybe the C button is not even the main thing. Maybe it's a random extra button that just pauses the game. Maybe it's a direct button that just takes you to the eShop. That would be weird, but it would be kind of cool. So yeah, it just feels weird to not reveal those main new features that we are anticipating, or that we are predicting will be mouse functionality and some sort of C button. It feels weird to not show that. However, based on this date, it makes me sad. But because I was hoping that maybe if they're revealing it right now that we would have the system out by like May, but clearly not, or at least probably not. Looking at this date, the absolute earliest that I could expect the system to actually launch, and this is probably wishful thinking, the absolute earliest I could see it coming out is June. But they usually want to let it build some hype up, so I would say my actual prediction for when I think it will come is probably either September or October, and capitalize on the holiday season. Part of the reason that we thought it would launch earlier is because the Switch launched in March, and we were hoping it would be the same way. But what is Nintendo famous for? They are the kings of left field. They are famous for it. Call me crazy. Call me wishful thinking. What if they give us this direct, and then they announce that the system's launching like 3 weeks later? That would be absolutely crazy. I would be so hyped. I would pre-order immediately. I don't think that will happen, but send up a prayer. Please have that happen. I want this. I want this pretty bad. I'm hoping I'm going to save money up. I'm going to hope that I can get my hands on it on launch day. Capitalism at its finest, yes. Waiting for the holiday season. When do you think ZA will come out? You know, I think that they were probably trying to wait for the release of the Switch 2 to do it, or at least make it a cross-gen thing where it comes out for both systems. But at least now I could see it coming out in like May maybe, and then like you'll still be able to play it on Switch 2. So I could, especially if the Switch 2 is not coming out till like October, September area, I could definitely see it being like May that ZA will come out. But I am guessing that we will get like an actual gameplay reveal on Pokemon Day. So, you know, just another thing to look forward to this year. Hands-on events around the world, that it's like in Tokyo and stuff. So people will be able to see it and play it. If they make it so it's Switch 2 only, I'ma crash out. Why? You don't want to play it on Switch 2? I mean, it would run better. Like, people are predicting that the Switch 2 is going to be as powerful as PS4, Xbox One. I mean, is it just that, like, because then you'd have to, like, wait? Like, Switch 2 exclusive? Yeah, well, what... I mean, I understand that there's Switch owners that would probably want to play it, but it serves as an incentive to buy the Switch 2. Yeah, I just don't understand, like, what would be the issue there to not be able to play it on Switch 1. Would it be a tad misleading because they revealed it when we didn't know about the Switch 2 yet and, like, almost a year before? Yes, but they never said... I don't think they ever said that it would... I'm probably not going to be able to get a Switch 2 for a long time, man. Oh, you don't get... Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I just see now you're just... Because you'd have to wait to play it. That makes sense. But... To be fair, they never specifically said that it would be coming to... Nintendo Switch specifically. It just said launching worldwide. Did they give us a release date? Didn't they say... Did they say in 2025? Or did they say... I swear they said like March 25th or something. But no, I think it was just in 2025. So, I'm trying to think. I think that was everything I had to say about the Switch 2. Yeah, I think so. So that is the Switch 2 Yap session. This video is going on YouTube. like and subscribe. Hopefully we'll have this discussion again in April. You know, hopefully we'll have more to discuss then. We'll have more actual revealed stuff to talk about instead of just speculation. But, you know, there'll also be a hearty dose of that. So, subscribe. Bye. Alright, chat. So, everyone's getting antsy. Everyone's saying they want a game. Chat, we're gonna game. Today, I gotta